Hello po. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. And again, today to that is listening podcast, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe sa ating YouTube channel. Also follow us on Facebook and also Spotify and also TikTok. Just find Philcast and you can see us there and you can follow us. Today po, pag-uusapan natin issues na nakapaloob po kay Congressman Kiko Barsaga ng um, Dasmariñas, Cavite. Marami po tayong itatakal today, starting from his background, paano po siya nakilala, and then after he rose to power being a congressman, po yung mga kinaharap niyang mga issue, yung unang ethics complaint against him, and also pag-uusapan po natin yung mga recent developments sa loob ng kanyang political party. Marami pong pahayag ang leader nila na si Congressman Puno na maaari pong mag-apply ulit ng another suspension complaint for ethics laban kay Kiko Barsaga. Also, yung case po na hinain ni business tycoon Enrique Rason towards Congressman Kiko Barsaga at ano po yung pinaka-recent statement po ni Congressman Kiko Barsaga sa isang podcast na ginawa niya po kasama sila Mon Tulfo. So maraming po tayo pag-usapan about dyan. And without further ado, please welcome po isa sa mga vloggers na bago po natin nakilala sa political spectrum. And siya po ay maging part ng kanyang insights and reaction towards sa mga nangyayari dito. Please welcome Pinoy Bro Media.
Hello,
Hello
good
po.
evening. Maraming salamat, Philcats, for
Hello po.
inviting me here. Again, I'm not an
Anytime.
expert, not an expert on politics, pero as a Filipino, I have some opinions and insights on what is happening in the country. So, magandang gabi sa lahat ng viewers mo, mga subscriber mo. And ako nga pala, I started siguro a year, 2 years, a year ago
Mhm.
on politics by doing AI generated music, expressing my views and insights towards and reactions on politicians. I was a member of one community with that tackles politics on the Philippine politics arena. Ayan. So, yun lang para sa kalaman ng mga kasama natin ngayon, ngayong gabi. Pero I was diverted ika nga
Mhm.
on a community-based area of the social media. Pero then again, as a Filipino, I have insights and responsibility to the country to know what's happening around in and around the politics here in the Philippines.
Correct. And again, maraming salamat po sir. This is our first time to even meet up. So sa mga kaibigan po natin sa social media, thank you po sa walang sawang support sa ating channel. And before we start our discussion, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe sa ating channel. And if you have a certain questions that you want us to raise to Sir Pinoy Bro, just put it there on the comment section at try po natin yan ng ingay na kinreate ni Congressman Kiko Barsaga stemming from um, yung pangangampanya niya, paggamit niya ng mga troll, social media nung eleksyon, tapos yung issue niya sa kanyang tatay until namatay yung tatay niya. Tapos itong mga issue niya ngayon bilang kongresista. And I think it's good to talk deeper about this issue. Going back doon sa issue niya, isa sa mga gusto ko din malaman po yung reaction ninyo.
Mhm.
Merong isang issue na kinaharap siya, yung first issue niya na nag-request siya ng protesta sa publiko sa isang high-end Makati subdivision na allegedly doon daw nakatira si Saldico and former Speaker Martin Romualdez. Apparently, this happened kung simulang pumutok yung flood control project. Do you think as a congressman, is this worth of a lawmaker's time?
This is what I have to say about that. No, hindi lang si Kiko Barsaga, but any other politician. When you're a public servant, servant should hold a high standard when it comes
Mhm.
to doing your communications or your speeches, statements. You hold an office, and together with that, it's a responsibility. The whole that office's dignity. They have to be careful. They should have the higher standard of doing things. And as a consequence, this is true with any politicians. Talk is less. Talk less, less mistakes. Right? Kasi the consequences are dire. First one,
Mhm.
credibility mo maapektuhan, integrity.
And I guess, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Mm,
Kapagka po nasira ang credibility ng isang politician, napakahirap siyang i-recover, 'di ba? Especially in the
mahirap,
public
oo.
space.
Pero it's not impossible. Meron tayong
Yes,
tinatawag
correct.
na paano na tayo, low profile mo lang tayo muna, ba?
Mhm.
Let the issue blow over. Let time, um, let time erase it with the public, and then we go back. Pero
Sir,
totoo yun.
yeah, and another question, I don't know if you remember this. Remember nung panahon ni Pinoy, the PDAF scandal, kasama po si, Senator Ramon Revilla. I'm just being specific here. Nakasuhan siya, naaresto siya, napunta 'to sa Sandigan Bayan, and then pagbaba ni President Duterte, sa panahon naman ni Marcos, kahapon lang, nahuli na naman siya. Do you think, I think I have two-pronged question to you. First is, do you think na, um, may nagbabago sa paniniwala ng mga botante? Kasi after na nawala siya because of PDAF scam, nakabalik pa siya ng Senado if I'm not mistaken, eh, or
Hmm.
nakahanap pa siya ng way para ma-re-elect ulit. And second, gasgas na ba yung salitang corruption?
To answer your first question, no, again, this will, no, this is the same with any other politician. It all boils down on ano political alignment mo on a certain time or a certain um, timeline. Let's say, for example, at first you were aligned with the majority,
Mhm.
and then along the way, your midterms, you are aligned with the opposition. Diyan na around the world, in any government, in any type of government.
Sinasabi niyo po walang forever, forever. And then I think sabi niyo naman another incident na kinaharap niya is that when he was in the plenary, live po ito, if I'm not mistaken, take siya ng video, tapos kasi may issue siya kay Speaker Romualdez doon sa flood control project. Ang ginawa niya, he walked towards Congressman Sandro Marcos, tapos vinidyo niya. Tapos diretsahan niyang tinanong si Congressman Sandro Marcos about dun sa tito niya, kay Speaker Romualdez, about dun sa flood
Mm.
control. Tapos nung hindi siya sumagot, naka-video,
W-
if I'm not mistaken, hindi ko alam kung naka-livestream niya or what. Do you think it's it's another it's another violation of unbecoming a public official?
We're talking about Kiko Barsaga, right?
Correct.
Kong Kiko Barsaga.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, lang yan eh. Any ethics issues involving a politician, I have three factors that I look at it. Context, and then may assessment, and then yung implication. So when it comes to context, I think what Congressman Barsaga did was ethics standards, more on ethics rather than legalities of what he did, right? Ethics standards for public officials are governed by the code of conduct and internal congressional rules, correct? How you present, how you conduct yourself on the forum, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
And then the question is it ethical or not? It all boils down on that eh. Is it ethical or not?
Ethical.
Yung issue underscores the need to clearer enforcement ng
Mhm.
mechanism and consistent application of ethical guidelines. Yung public competence depends not only on legal compliance but also on adherence on the ethical norms. Tama ba
Correct.
ako?
Yeah, yeah. Kumbaga, yung ang punto niyo po, it's there is a delineation between
Mm,
political, legal, and ethical issues about a politician. And I
correct.
understand your point po doon. Another thing na gusto ko pong malaman yung views ninyo is that when a political official can violate the terms of being a private citizen versus a politician, a public politician, with regards to freedom of speech and expression. Paano
Uh,
niyo po
from
nakikita yun?
from whose
A private
perspective?
citizen, from a perspective of messaging, yung freedom of speech and expression po, how can you delineate or difference yung private versus a public official?
Okay. My point of view that when you're a public figure, you ano kasi, I cannot put it into terms. In
Mhm.
my own terms, this
Yes.
mismo muna yung mga certain, ah, rights mo on, on your, let's say for example, uh, on your privacy. Yun lang, i-tackle natin. Sa privacy mo meron ka you have something na you have to let go kasi kailangan malaman ng public kasi you're a public figure.
Mhm.
Do I make sense? And when you're
Yeah,
a private citizen.
so yung there are things na hindi mo na kailangan pa i-private kasi kapag public mauungkat siya and you're under
Correct,
a high scrutiny ng public
correct.
about sa puwede mong gawin and then ano yung inaasal mo. I understand what you're trying to say. The reason why I ask it, because meron po kasing post si Kiko Barsaga and this was one of the reason why nasampahan siya ng first ethics complaint at nasuspindi siya. One of
Hmm,
the, pinost niya po dito, ang sabi niya dito, "Huwag niyong sunugin ang House of Representative. Bukas may privilege speech pa ako sa Lunes. So, huwag niyo sunugin yung House of Representative bukas kasi meron pa daw siyang privilege speech." This was posted from his social media account September 12, 2025. So, with this statement, yes, you are a public official. Yes, you have a freedom of speech. Pero joking about susunugin mo yung batasang pambansa. Sa tingin mo,
yeah.
this is a clear example that you are away from freedom of speech and expression, knowing that you are a public official, plus yung ethics concern na pinag-uusapan natin kanina.
I think it all my
Mhm.
opinion, okay? Not
Yes.
not about mouthing anyone, okay? On my view, ano kasi, it's just a question of being mature or not.
Mhm.
Kasi we all know that joking about distraction or anything that would create panic and chaos is a no-no. There's a reason why you cannot joke about a bomb in the airport, correct?
Mhm.
There's a reason why you cannot shout a fire on a public place na wala naman, correct?
Correct.
It would cause chaos, it would cause misinterpretations, misunderstanding,
Mhm.
whoever kung sino yung nandoon, correct? Same thing applies when you joke about fires. Fires are serious events that causes distress and anguish to anyone.
Correct. Correct.
And when you joke about it, about the fire, even if you say it on a joke, you cannot excuse yourself as a congressman or a politician to say it.
Mhm.
Again, you should hold yourself on a higher standard on how you conduct yourself on public. Kasi you're a public figure. People look up to you and the institution or office that you hold would cause its dignity to be eroded or destroyed.
Yeah. Sir, another question. Usually, ang isang public person or public figure pumasok sa politika at naging public official, they sometimes use this excuse na, "Well, I use my private social media account to say this and that. Kaya hindi mo pwedeng sabihin sa akin that I use my position for this and that to have my influence over the message." Do you think it makes sense?
I think it doesn't make sense kasi common sense co common sense dictates that you're still a politician even if you use your private account, correct?
Correct.
So,
Kumbaga walang
it may
difference.
walang kung sa'kin, on my opinion and in my view, walang difference yun. Kasi from an average Filipino voter looking at that is that there's no difference, eh. Even if
Mhm.
if you see it doesn't matter to me kumbaga. It doesn't matter to me kung ginamit mo yung private account mo or yung public, ah, account mo. You're still the same person, correct? And I view
Yes.
you as a public official, public servant. And ang iisipin ko, ganyan ba kayo sa, let's say for example, Kongreso, Senado, o what whatever institution yung nire-represent mo.
Correct.
That's common sense.
And I think the worst thing is meron pa rin pong, iilang grupo ng tao or individual na they believe that there is a difference between being a private person and being a public official, which makes it more difficult to say that there are things na hindi mo na puwedeng sabihin when you become a public official, even though public figure ka before. And I think, ito yung nagiging issue ngayon, and added to injury kay Congressman Kiko Barsaga.
Mhm.
If I'm not mistaken, hanggang ngayon po suspended siya. Pero nagsalita po yung presidente ng National Unity Party or NUP ng Kongreso, Representative Puno, ang sabi niya, magpa-file daw sila ng panibagong ethics complaint na po pwede po mag-extend ng suspension niya. And alam natin, suspension ni Congressman Kiko Barzaga has no, ano po yun, paycheck. Kumbaga, hindi siya sinasahuran at hindi siya kailangan mag-attend sa meeting sa plenaryo. Is this a best way kung sa inyo pong nakikita, is this a best way or a big way move for his political party, yung NUP, to do this big move against Congressman Kiko Barsaga?
The ethics complaint of the NUP, kasi it signals internal party discipline struggles, 'di ba?
Hmm.
Whether strategic or principled, it reflects the fractures within the coalition politics. From my point of view, ethics complaints are often used as a political pressure tool ng ibang party, not specific kay NUP, not just accountability mechanism. Ang key point here is this is as much about power alignment as it is about ethics. You see my point?
Yeah. Kasi I don't know if I'm getting your point, Kasi pahayag kasi si Kiko Barsaga that he is publicly saying that he is pro Duterte and anti-Marcos. And alam natin NUP is a part of the majority bloc ng Kongreso, which is aligned with the
Mm.
president. Do you think there is a connection for this ethics complaint?
Again, ano kasi, even though you're in a party,
Mhm.
we have individualism, right? Kung sa tingin mo, you're not aligned with the party, with the visions and kumbaga, mission and vision ng political party mo, then why are you
Mhm.
still there? That's my question. Why are you still there? If you don't believe on the mission and vision, kumbaga, or the ideals of your party, then why are you there?
Do you think it's part of a broken political party system?
Sinabi ko nga kanina, di ba? It could
Mhm.
be a reflection of fractured within the coalition politics.
Mhm.
It could be pressure on that individual or on that
Mhm.
particular politician, or baka naman accountability mechanism failure ng party itself. I think kailangan party mismo yung mag-balance and check ito bang certain politician ito is still worth having in the party.
Mhm.
Diba? Kasi kung yung itong politician na to is not joining the party's vision and ideals, then again, what are you doing there? You have to ask yourself, is this still aligned with my ideology or my belief, political belief? Then if
So
it's
it's
not,
like parang it's like instead of staying in that political realm of politics, independent ka kaysa nagkakabangga kayo
mag-independent
na
ka.
ideology. Correct.
In his case kasi, di ba sinabi niya is more on pro Duterte rather than pro BBM,
Marcos.
which is yung party's lineage kumbaga sa
Mhm.
political arena. Ang sarili mo ay ang pino-project mo, then why not go on to Duterte's party if you don't believe on the kumbaga credibility.
Kaya nga po sa totoo lang nakapagtataka kasi ano, ang tagal niya na mula nung umupo siya, lahat ng panama niya puro against the entirety ng political party niya. And I think another thing na pinost niya, and I want to see your reaction, knowing that this is a elected congressman under NUP, at representative ng Dasmariñas, Cavite. Sabi niya dito sa post niya dated October 8, sabi niya dito, "Hindi lang si Romualdez, pati si Marcos dapat ikulong." Is it just to say this kind of public post being a congressman? And second, um, dahil representative siya ng Dasma sa Cavite, does it mean to say yung kanyang view, view din ng kanyang
It doesn't it doesn't necessarily gano'n. Kasi
Mhm,
again, ang constituents niya may kanya-kanyang belief yan, may kanya-kanyang party na sinusuportahan yan, may kanya-kanyang mga political leanings na sinusuportahan yan. So, to say na his views is the views of his constituents is more on leaning towards false, right? Kasi I think wala namang gano'n sa kahit anong, distrito or, lugar, right? Na may, na state. He's the only one who can answer that, to be honest, right? Siya lang makakasagot niyan. We
yeah.
all we can do is assume or guess on what he's thinking on the time but that he said that.
And do you think po this kind of post, especially you're attacking the former speaker and
Mhm.
also which is the third in line of power sa ating constitution, kung ano mangyari sa presidente and also directly attacking the president, saying na hashtag people power, hashtag Marcos resign. Do you think this word is very important and it resonate to the masses?
Again, with regards to the media posts against, former congressman, Congress, what do you call it?
Congressman Kiko.
Uh, Congressman Romualdez and PBBM,
Mhm,
it is it is a public criticism of a top leadership via social media.
mhm,
It shows shift toward populist, right? Confrontational shift politics, confrontational politics. While it resonates frustration, it also breaks traditional norms of elite
correct.
conflict resolution, escalating tension, publicly instead of internally. So the way he does it is he's using media, social media for the matter, um, to be a battlefield and
Mhm,
not just a platform, a movement against someone, 'di ba? That is sedition,
yeah, because
if
it
I'm not mistaken. That is
yeah, yes,
sedition and that is,
yeah.
blatant disrespect on the rule of law and the rule of the government in the election process, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Kasi you're
especially if
inciting,
you're
eh.
especially if you're pushing a narrative that can harm someone dito sa
Hmm.
pinupunto mo sa social media. And I think another question I would like to ask you, no, would this be part of a person's freedom of speech
Again, there's a
or
thin
it
line
does not cover?
there's the thin line on freedom of speech and the legalities or criticism or blatant attack na. There's a
Mhm,
thin line, eh. It's just a matter of you going on the gray area para hindi ka makasuhan. Yes, it is legal to say your expression, but then again, is it ethical or is it borders attacking the person, 'di ba? They can only they can be the judge of that. Ordinary people cannot, do the judgment on that. And I think we should, leave that to the experts, when it comes to is it, uh, ano ba, is it legal ba? Is it kasi yung ethical side of it, puwede tayong mag-ano dun, puwede tayong mag-judge judge dun kasi we can find it unethical or ethical kasi it doesn't involve anything on, the legal side, eh. The institution that is authorized to, check on that, they will find it some legal grounds on on how it could be more of a, what do you call this, an attack against self-expression.
parang ang gusto niyo po ipunto if there are grounds for him to
Hmm.
be filed with cases or
correct.
probably issued a warrant of arrest or something. Moving further, sa mga nanonood po 'no, maraming salamat po sa walang sawang support ninyo. If ever po, again, if you have a specific question with our guest, just put your comments down below and we will try to answer it po sa abot ng ating going further sa situation ni Congressman Kiko Barsaga. He is a 4th district representative ng Dasmariñas, Cavite. And if we're gonna go further sa history niya, ang kanya pong family ay well known to be a political dynasty. Simula pa po noong 1998. Nagsimula yan sa tatay niya and currently,
Mhm,
mayor at
mhm.
vice mayor ng Dasmariñas ay ang kanyang nanay, ate. Do you think because of what we've been talking about kay Congressman Kiko Barsaga, history na nagawa niya sa Kamara, do you think there was a lot of power vacuum na binigay sa kanya na hindi niya alam kung paano ito i-manage?
Ayan, that's a good question 'no. I would acknowledge that as a good question.
Mhm,
It could be we could be talking about more experience of doing things just like
mhm,
his father did or his if the patriarch or the unang naunang politician is super galing, and
mhm,
then when it comes to you, it doesn't mean that yung knowledge and wisdom nung sa'yo would be
mhm.
transferred to you.
Correct, correct.
Pinag That's why, sinasabi ko, 'di ba, hindi natutunan ang diskarte, right? Kasi meron mga diskarte yan sa politics. Hindi lang yung experience, hindi lang yung knowledge on how to be an admin or to be a politician, public servant of a certain position. Hindi lang yun eh. There are certain wisdoms na hindi mata-transfer sa'yo through your ano.
Um, and I'm sorry, gusto ko lang i-derail ng konti yung usapan natin kay
Sige
Kiko
lang.
Barsaga. I wanted to ask you like a typical question before the 2022 election, and me and other of our friends sa coalition ni Yorme Isko nung tumakbo siya ng presidential election. One of our question was, is the Duterte magic transferable to the anak, which is Sara Duterte as the vice president, politically and publicly as a public official? Can you connect it to what happened right now sa tatay ni Kiko and Kiko Barsaga as a public official?
Same pa rin, Pilkas, right?
Hmm,
Ika nga, yung wisdom at galing ng ama mo cannot be transferred to you by blood. You may be a great leader from your father, but you will ever be the same level as your father.
yes. Mhm.
A political perspective, political view.
Yes. Um, what is your reaction at magpa-check-up sa isa or nag-aalangan?
I cannot say I'm in favor or in favor of that. Kasi una, I'm not a psychiatrist. I cannot see kung ano what um status ng psyche ni Congressman Barsaga, right?
Pero
We're only basing on what he did this past
yes.
few.
Based on what he did, do you think it's a ground for him to have a check mentally just to check if he's on the right track? Kasi parang sinasabi kasi ng mga ah, kritiko niya na hindi ito ang dapat inaasal na isang kongresista. Yes, magkaaway tayo sa politika, may issue ka sa presidente, but kahit sino ang magkaaway sa politika off-cam, civil, nag-uusap. Pero yung mga ginawa niya, lalo na yung sinabi ng about sa susunugin ng batasan bago, bago siya mag-privilege speech, do you think these are some of the grounds that you can,
It could be.
perceive?
It could be out ground based on I'm not fully aware ng mga
Mhm,
grounds and rules and regulation ng that
Kamara.
on the ethics side of things. Pero if his colleagues, co-lawmakers find it unusual or outside the norm, they could also advise it to him. Normally kasi sa atin meron tayong pangit ang ano sa atin, pangit ang perception when you say kailangan mo magpa-check-up ng mental health mo. Masama ang
Totoo.
perception Masama ang dating sa'tin niyan. So
Mhm,
anyway, going back to that, I think it would help him
mhm.
to sort out anything that whatever troubles him or why he does what he did, sorry, what he did. Or this could also be a sort of strategy sa kanya in his mind na there's no good and bad publicity,
That's a good point too, correct.
'di ba? It could be a strategy kasi you can turn a dime na, I was wrong, I'm sorry. Pero pinag-uusapan ka na ng tao, right? So your popularity might go up. Again, it's a double-edged sword. It might go up or it may blow up in your face. Maybe I think he's taking a risk on that. More on that, he's taking a risk. And kasi parang tingin ko parang ma-stunt sa
Yeah.
right? It's more like a strategy than problem with the psyche.
Yep.
That is personal.
Yeah, and I think the same playbook na ginawa ni, Congressman Leviste, yung bang tipong kasi neophyte congressman pa lang sila, they want to make a name in public or in the Congress na para bang kahit sino basta nasa harapan namin babanggain na, which is it trickle down against them. Ngayon, pati yung mga issue nila personal, pati yung track record na ilalabas dahil nga parang lumalagay, tulad nung sinabi niya about doon sa, yun nga, susunugin batasang pambansa, apektado lahat ng mga kongresista. Mantakin mo, hindi mo alam, di ba? Friday, sabihin yun sa'yo, then Sunday, di mo alam kung meron talagang banta sa batasan pambansa. And I think this is a wrong move to a neophyte public official na gano'n na lang agad mong babanggain yung sistema na gano'n na wala man lang sabihin or hindi mo pa nakikita yung laro ng politika. Kasi this does not ends well sa kanya, eh. Dahil ngayon
I think
lumalabas na 'tong
Pilcas,
mental health issue.
yeah, Gen Z, okay, Gen Z.
Hmm. Aha.
Kidding aside,
Mhm.
again, it boils down on maturity or
Hmm.
lack of experience. Siguro impulsiveness nandiyan din or yung pressure na to do something na makakapantay sa mga accolades ng mga
Yeah, and I think, meron nga pong isang issue diyan, eh, nung tumakbo daw po si Congressman Barsaga as far as, I was researching this material. Ang sabi daw po, yoong natalo niya sa DASMA nung eleksyon, konti lang daw po yung agwat. Tapos ang sabi nila, yung natalo niya, he pushed much of his effort, time, and energy para lang manalo. Pero daw si Kiko, public, show up lang, tapos maraming mga viral moments, kahit walang track records, sa last name, nanalo. And I think this is one of the best example of an effect of a political dynasty. Whether or not you appreciate a political dynasty in your uh, area, ito natin makikita na iba talaga kapagka may makinarya, nasa posisyon ng pamilya mo, yung pangalan mo, palit lang ng first name pero the same name. Kumbaga nasa iyo na lahat, hindi na siya nagpakahirap. And I think the bad part about this nung nanalo siya, akala niya yung Dasmariñas is camera, that he can say whatever he wanna say. And going further, dahil po nitong 2025 umingay na even after na-suspend na siya dahil po di umano nag-akusa siya na si ultra-bilyonaryo Enrique Razon ay di umano
okay.
bribe o sumuhol sa mga NUP members which is kapartido niya po bumoto with Speaker Martin
Hmm,
Romualdez. But knowing
okey.
the history of this, pinaliwanag to ni wala naman daw pong kalaban Speaker Romualdez before. Kaya papaano daw sila boboto ng ibang kandidato. So, what do you think about this? Kasi hindi lang po Kamara o co-lawmaker niya yung binabanata niya pati yung mga ultra-bilyonaryo na alam po natin, he owns majority of businesses sa Pilipinas that create jobs. Would this affect in a bigger perspective?
I would say it will affect the bigger perspective when it comes to Congressman Barsaga 'no. Kasi what he's doing is, I think in my opinion, he's, he's doing something na would push his name up the
Hmm.
it could be a stunt or strategy to get publicity and name recall. Kung sinabi mo na kanina name recall when it comes to these issues that he's facing. Again, there's no good or bad publicity when it comes to politics. And with regards to Congressman Puno and Mr. Enrique Rason, no, kay Congressman Puno kasi, I think, uh, yung libel and cyber libel cases na pinili ni Congressman Puno, which concerns, ang bottom line diyan, legal remedies protects reputation but may chill political expression. Kasi dinadaan nila sa mga ganyan, sa kaso, 'di ba? Sa cyber libel and everything. And then ang yung bottom line then is isang remedy lang 'yan, to protect the reputation. Pero again, political expression ng isang tao, I think that's, what in my opinion is how I view Congressman Puno's point there on filing the libel and cyber libel cases towards Congressman Barsaga.
And what do you think naman po yung, anggulo naman sa outside the Congress, yung tinira niya si, Enrique Rason?
Hmm,
What do you perceive na maaaring maging effect nito with regards probably sa
hmm.
connection ni Enrique Rason sa NUP party and then also maging epekto naman ito sa ekonomiya kasi, he owns a lot ng companies na nagke-create ng job din sa Philippines.
I don't know um, how far yung influence ni Miss Son sa NUP, but I'm not privy to that. What I think about or what my opinion or view sa libel case na pinahuli ni Enrique Rason is a high-profile libel case involving powerful individuals highlight inequality in access to legal resources and potential use of law to deter criticism. I think that applies to anyone.
Pero alam niyo, yeah, and I'm sorry to cut you off.
Mm,
I think another issue na may problema lang ako, personal problem sa Philippines na kapag ang isang tao, especially public official, nakasuhan ng libel or cyber libel, usually ang hirap i-prove sa court of law. Ang issue na ang hirap i-prove yung malice at saka ano, content of malice dito sa mga issue na 'to. Kasi how would you even prove na may malice? Puwede naman 'di ba, it was
us
mistakenly posted, pero yung motive at malice wala doon. Do you think this is a one-off kind of case na wala lang, para lang masabi in public na may ginawa, pero wala naman ito talaga
diyan meron difference yung being a public figure and private figure. When
Mhm,
it comes to malice. It is true, same with with when you charge a blogger, influencer who's a public figure, right? Pag ang
mhm,
kalaban mo, this is what I know when it comes to cyber libel. Pag ang kalaban mo is private individual, malamang sa malamang talo ka. Ikaw ay public figure and then ang tinira mo ay private person, malamang talo ka. Kasi may mali sa agad dun
mhm,
correct? Pero ang pagkalaban mo is a same public figure o public official, same, doon mahirap i-prove yung malis. Kasi pareho private public figure
mhm.
Gets mo?
Kumbaga mahirap i-prove siya kasi you're in public. Whatever you
Correct.
say, there is a higher scrutiny pagdating sa court of law na maaring it's, under your privilege as a public official versus sa private na mas mataas yung scrutiny niya kasi you are probably
Not
at
only
risk,
that,
more at risk.
our law protects yung private individual against public figure. Kasi yung public figure or public servant has power
Mhm,
And the private individual could be an average person, right? Like a normal one lang. Ano laban niya dun kay public figure, public official? That's why our law is more lenient let's put it that way, more lenient when it comes to private individuals, when it comes to cyber libel.
Yeah. And another thing, going further dito sa issue na libel case na pi- um, pinasa at final ni Enrique Rason. Ang isang recently, I think a day ago, guest po si Congressman Kiko Barsaga sa isang
Mhm.
podcast ni Mon Tulfo. Ang sinabi niya po dito, I think tinanong siya. Ang tanong sa kanya dito is, porkit ba pro-corruption ka and maingay ka sa kamera, kailangan ba ang atake ng mga kritiko sa'yo is personal instead of what the message you are trying to imply in public? Tapos parang ang sabi niya, well, ganun daw ang politika, talagang madumi, pero I am pro-corruption. What do you feel about that?
What I feel about that is it's just a normal script for a politician. Right? If you hear it from an average person, right? When you hear that, okay, same script, but same person, same politician. It's just when it comes to politics and politician, all para sa akin it's all smokes and mirror. Smoke and mirror yan right? You can say something, you your intention is different from what you're saying, correct?
Correct. Yep.
You might
I understand what you're trying to say.
you might intend to intimidate someone by using sweet clean words, high polluting words. Kumbaga,
Mhm.
'di ba? And what these other politicians are doing is just justifying what they did by saying something that people can
Tama. Can appreciate ika nga.
oo. Kaya ah, I don't think na kailangan mong di mo kailangan maawa or matuwa or what not. Ang importante diyan is your action on that
Mhm.
issue.
Mhm.
If you have a resolution, do it. Kasi you don't need you don't need public, public, what do you call that? Public appearance or a media stunt to
Oh, stunt. Yeah, public stunt.
to prove your to prove your intention Do it. Let the people see what is your
True.
true intention,
Parang
not
you're
just
saying
words.
that that is, kung pagbabasihan mo yung bigat nung ginawa niya versus sa sinabi niya, yun yung ginagawa mo kumpara sa sinasabi mo lang. Kasi doon mo makikita kung talaga may intention if the end result is what you are trying to imply or say in public. And I
Yes.
think I think we both agree on that situation. Dito lang karamihan ng mga public official, they always pronounce everything under the sun. Ipapangako lahat, sasabihin lahat just to please you as a voter. After election, dito mo makikita that they have a different perspective on bigger issues like poverty, corruption. Isa sa mga statement na dito na naging viral sa political realm ng social media, sabi niya dito, apologies to him, Enrique Rason, m- in a moral standpoint, if that's my punishment, si Congressman Kiko, it's okay to get a case about it. And it's very okay. Do
Okay.
you think this message of him? Yeah. I'm sorry.
Before I answer that, Pilkas, I would like to acknowledge yung question nung nasa comment section. I think si Alex and Dinocencio.
Dino Sencio? Okay.
Yeah. He said, bakit parang nahihirapan magsalita yung guest ni Sir Billy? Sir, kasi I had a stroke 2 years ago and it affected my speech. That's why
Mm,
this is the way I talk. If I speak on a pastor face, medyo nabubulol
mhm.
ako, I get stuttering and such. That is the effect of the stroke akin. Yeah.
Pero sa mga guest and also sa panauhin natin we personally kahit sa channel ko po, we don't personally have any issues sa taong merong
Mm,
sabihin na natin mga ganitong disability. Because sometimes people may take this different. This was only a question of one of our viewers.
mm,
Rest assured, we respect everybody here. Actually, I found it out earlier na nagkaroon kami ng pre briefing. Napansin ko yan, pero Sa'kin po, I saw, Sir Pinoy Bro have a different perspective in politics, which I really like, and yung deep perspective niya about political issue. Actually, marami akong binato sa kanyang issue kanina na kaming dalawa lang nag-uusap, pero he have a vast knowledge and that's where I would say I liked about him. Pero again, we don't have any inclinations about people having stroke or having any speech impairment. It's just a question that was raised by one of our viewers.
Yes, I understand, Pilkas. And it's not just ano, just for awareness thing kasi someone asked and I thought na I had to address it so that aware din
Mhm.
sila kung ano yung why these things are happening o kung ano yung kung ako sino ako, ano yung meron
Yes,
ako. And wala akong against dun. I just answered that for
question.
awareness lang.
And
Going back
I
to you.
personally and I appreciate your answering it. It's just that baka po kasi remember po siyempre sa social media, there's a lot of people na maaaring have the same condition and they don't understand kung bakit na-raise yung question. And I just wanna make sure if they team
Okay,
replay this, we lay the ground na we don't attack anybody about
we
it.
lay our
Tanong
cards.
we're all
Yeah,
good
no
here.
problem with that. Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem with
Okay,
that.
thank you po.
Again,
Alright.
going back to your question with regards to the public apology of
Mhm.
Congressman Barsaga to Enrique Razon, from my perspective and from my view, the apology serves as a conflict de-escalation and risk management. But it may affect perceptions and consistency and accountability. The bottom
Pero
line
sir,
here,
I'm sorry
the
to
bot-
cut you off. Pero sir, 'di ba kung titignan mo, dahil sobrang ng tindi nitong epekto na 'to na sinabi niya kay Enrique Razon, I think na even if he apologize, the damage has been done. Or if he don't apologize, still the damage has been done. So, what do you think the reason why he even did this? Moral superiority over this issue?
I think yung bottom line niya diyan is, maybe he thought na yung apologies can resolve dispute,
Hmm.
not knowing that it carry political and credibility cost. Siguro
Parang kumain ka ng pagkain, parang mainit, akala mo malamig siya nung pagkakain mo, pagkasubo mo, niluwa mo agad, tas walang effect, parang
maybe
gano'n.
maybe yung tulad ng sinabi ko, akala niya yung apology can resolve that dispute. Pero
Mhm,
without knowing na it carries pa wala ng ano, political and credibility cost sa kanya. Kasi
mhm.
although nag-apologize ka, si Ra
Yes.
'di ba, maybe hindi niya nalaman yun or maybe, he genuinely wants to apologize kasi napagtanto niya na mali siya.
Mhm. And ano po masasabi niyo dito, another statement na sinabi niya doon sa podcast, sabi niya, "It was me who broke my father's trust from the trust that Enrique Razon gave to my father." Do you think this statement directly attack the moral aspect kung girian nila ni Enrique Razon because of this statement?
I think damage control lang yun, eh,
Ah,
right? Kasi the damage
mhm,
has been done. No matter what ang sabihin mo, the damage has been done. And no, I think, I ano lang, I'm just guessing na baka sa pag-iisip ni Mr. Rason, no matter what you say or do, the damage has been done. You you broke my trust to your father,
mhm.
'di ba? Sinayang mo yun. Again, we don't know if this is just a stunt on Congressman Basaga's part kasi parang gusto lang mag-ingay at, makakuha ng, media attention or media time when it comes to ano, 'di ba? Ay,
Ilang ilang buwan na lang po actually kasi hindi na binibilang 2 years, eh. Less than 2 years na lang.
that could be one of the factors that affects his actions lately. Kaya, I can say kasi if it's genuine or ano, from my point of view as, an average Filipino.
In Spotify. Hanapin niyo lang po yung channel name natin which is Philcast. For our last part po, sir, Pinoy bro. I'm gonna ask you a question and then you can have your reaction about this. Forward mga napag-usapan po natin and sa pwede pang mangyari in the future kay Congressman Kiko Barsaga kasi right now suspended pa rin siya.
Hmm.
What do you perceive about his future as a congressman? And second, meron pa po ba siyang moral high ground to say anything about politics or about social issues, knowing whatever he did before at yung mga accusation and yung suspension niya ngayon sa Kamara?
Again, Pilikas, 'di ba, katulad ng sabi ko kanina, there's nothing impossible when it comes to politics.
Mhm,
You could be the villain now, you can be the villain now, but who can say in your future or a few years, you'll be the hero.
mhm,
He could be the villain now kasi he gambled on or risk na yung mga stunts na yan, mag-ingay, do some issues, create scandals, whoever or whatever behind that, kung meron man sumusuporta sa kanya, nagba-back sa kanya, we don't know. Pero nothing is impossible. You could be a villain now, with a few or a few years from now, you're the hero. Kasi people would say, let's say for example, napatunayan after an X number of years to the future na you could tap on that. You could exploit it. Pero sa ngayon, when you asked about yung moral high ground, I think he lost it sa ngayon.
you already lost it.
Na he already lost it sa ngayon.
How about political redemption po? What do you think about it?
He has chance for a political redemption. Bata pa siya, eh, 'di ba?
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Bata pa siya. May panahon pa. It's not the end of the line. It doesn't mean that you're foolish now, that you cannot change to be a great statesman in the future.
Mhm,
It
correct.
applies to every politician, every young politician that we have right now. And these individuals, these leaders, these young leaders that we have now, we have to nurture them instead of uh, castigating them or limiting them to rivalries or opening their mind on rivalries or traditional politics.
Mhm,
It's our chance now to provide these young leaders to be the greatest leaders of our time in the future for our children.
correct. I think, Sir Pinoy bro, if you don't mind, there's a pahabol na question here ka Alex MD Inocencio, if you don't mind answering it. Sabi niya dito, bakit kasi mga botante sa Philippines nagkaganon? Yung sinasabi niya dito sobra daw po bumaba ang kalidad ng senador at congressman sa atin.
Okay, here's my point of view, Alex. Do you think yung voters natin, in fact, we have intelligent voters here in the Philippines. The only problem is it is survival versus ideology. If you're an average Filipino person, would you depend your survivability on your ideology when it's time for you to vote? Ibebenta mo yung boto mo. Say
Mhm,
everybody's doing this, ha?
mhm.
Not every Filipino. What I'm saying is they're selling their votes to survive.
Correct. Pinoy bro, 'di ba tinatawag natin English term, political patronage.
Patronage, correct.
'Yon. Yep.
Kung gusto
Ang
mong
ganda, ang
mawala
ganda.
yung patronage, you pour all the budget on healthcare,
Mhm,
education,
correct.
right? Basic needs, security, and system change. And then this is system change, system upgrade.
And I guess gusto ko po i-connect yung pinag-usapan natin kanina. Actually, ayoko nga i-open up yun kasi usually yung mga pre-briefing kwentuhan, ano lang yun, sa'tin lang yung private chat, eh. Pero gusto ko i-connect kasi ang ganda ng angulo niyo po diyan, eh. Kanina, naalala ko, I just remember yung sinabi niyo na, yung about sa political patronage na, ah parang it's a system issue, eh. But at the end of the day, kahit na magkaroon tayo ng problema sa mga botante, pero kapagka ihalal mo naman ito kahit gaano kabait yan minsan kinakain ng sistema. And doon naki-create yung mga corrupt, doon 'di ba, doon nagkakaroon ng political
Nagsisimula sa puting
patronage.
damit, pagdating sa dudu. And I would like to ask a question sa'yo 'no, Pincas 'no.
Mhm.
Why do you think the system is flawed?
I think it rooted from ano, it rooted from not being contented, either by power, money, or influence.
Yes, I think so dati. I think so dati. Pero do you
Mm.
know, the system is working. The system is designed as such na it's working perfectly. Kaya lang, it doesn't work for us. It works for
Okay,
just
it makes
a
sense.
certain group of people,
Mhm.
right? The system
Yes,
works.
it makes sense.
And that system, nagkakaroon siya ng sistema ng korapsyon.
Yes.
Byproduct nung pagiging working yung sistema na yun on just for a certain group of people is yung korapsyon. You
Mhm.
take away you take away yung ano, yung sistema na nagwo-work lang para sa certain group of people, tanggalin mo yan and make it work on everybody else. Do you think there is corruption?
That's a good point.
'Di ba? It
Mhm.
it it may not stop corruption. Corruption is there since time immemorial. You can't stop it, but you can prevent it. You can slow it down. You can make it riskier to do corruption. You take away yung pagiging madali niyang mag-corrupt kaysa gumawa ng tama. Kasi yung system na sinasabi ko sa'yo na nagwo-work para sa konting tao, rewards name recall versus
Mhm.
track record. It rewards loyalty
Yes,
instead of
correct,
competency.
correct.
Di ba?
Matindi po yung word na loyalty na yan. Yan ang, isa sa mga gasgas na salita na kahit
Mm.
sinasabi ng tao na, ginagamit sa korapsyon, paulit-ulit pa rin natin ng mga Pilipino ginagawa at ng mga, public official yang tinatawag na loyalty na yan. Na hindi ko naman maintindihan on my part, ano loyalty mo sa isang public official? Hindi naman sila nandiyan kung hindi mo iboboto at hindi naman sila magtatrabaho diyan kundi dahil sa taxpayer money binabayaran mo sa gobyerno.
Sa'kin,
I think it doesn't make any sense.
hindi dun ang loyalty mo. Dapat ang loyalty mo sa bansa,
Mhm.
sa bandera ng Pilipinas, sa inang bayan. Kasi tulad ng sinabi mo, puti ka man pumasok sa politika, dating mo sa dulo, itim ka na. Susundan mo yung ano eh, kalakaran ng politika. Yun yung nakagawian, 'di ba? Yun yung nakagawian. Kaya sasabi ko sa'yo, mo yung sistema na nagre-reward sa certain group of people lang and make it to, sa lahat ng tao, sa lahat ng Pilipino, I think gaganda ang buhay natin, eh. Kasi magkakaroon tayo ng magandang budget, talagang a true budget that prioritize education, healthcare, basic needs, and security. Why do you think a certain di itong government na 'to, I think talking about all of the government. Why
Mhm.
do you think they put education as a last or if not last, at the bottom of the priority list? Why?
Kasi wala sigurong nakukurap.
It's easier to control dumb people.
Yeah, true. Kapag less educated, less informed, madali sila na-influence, especially
We're not talking about um, your pro Duterte or pro BBM or pro Lenny or pro whoever.
Mhm,
Your mindset should be, I am a pro Filipino.
correct.
Kasi there are times na iba-iba man yung mga partido natin na sinusuporta. There comes a time na nagkakasama-sama tayo towards one goal, di ba?
Yeah.
Kakasama-sama tayo, eh. Merong mga instances na ganyan, eh. Nagkakasama-sama tayo towards a certain goal. Kapag na-set natin yung mind natin to a certain goal, we could achieve it, we will achieve it as one.
Amen. Puwede na po kayong mag-politics, boss. Magandang slogan yan.
No, I'm perfectly fine as a citizen, a normal citizen. I'm just have this views on certain
Yeah.
things that I could be right or I could be wrong.
Yeah,
We have all our own opinions, and I think our opinion we should stand behind those opinions, 'di ba?
correct.
Kung yun ang alam mo, dun ka, pangatawanan mo. Yun ang alam ko, eh, yan ang nasa isip ko. I could be wrong or I could be right. Then it's not for me to prove na tama ako or mali. It's more on how you view me as a person. You will tell me, "Ay mali yan." Then I will tell you bakit mali. Then you'll come back to me with, "Eto yan, ganito, ganito." And then I'll come back to, "Hindi, would you agree na ganito, ganyan." Right? That is a healthy discussion between two persons. That is what this politics needs right now. A healthy discussion on issues and problems of our nation.
Correct. Dahil diyan, alam ko pong sobra ko na kayong inistorbo dahil
Hindi
almost
wala.
2 hours na tayong magkausap dahil
2
po meron
hours
po
na,
kaming,
biro mo yun?
opo, kasi kung dadagdag ko yung pre-briefing na ginagawa ko po, it's at 30 minutes, and then kung
Mm.
idadagdag natin itong close to 1 hour and 30 minutes, almost 2 hours. Pero Ah, thank you po. Sana magkaroon tayo ng second part sa ating kuwentuhan.
Sure, no
Para po sa lahat
problem.
ng mga and para sa lahat po ng mga nanonood and nagsu-support, maraming maraming salamat po. I think, my takeaway for all of this that we talk about today, I think dito natin masasalamin that everything you do has consequences.
Correct,
Sa kalagayan po ni Congressman Kiko Barsaga, dito natin makikita that you cannot just spew any personal opinion about certain people na walang repercussion. It's the same thing
correct.
as kapag private person ka. Yes, puwedeng galit ka sa isang tao. Yes, may opinyon ka sa isang tao, but it does not mean na kailangan babanatan mo yung isang tao dahil tingin mong tama ka sa social media. Why? Other people that are deranged, may ibang pag-iisip, sabi nga nila, hindi normal ang pag-iisip, they will take it different. Tulad nung sinabi ni Kiko Barsaga na, "Wag niyo muna sunugin ang batasan kasi magpi-privilege speech ako ng Lunes." Other people will take it na may mangyayaring sunugan sa batasan bago privilege speech siya. The same goes as to social media. 'Pag sinabi mong, sana mamatay ka, sana may mangyari sa pamilya mo, some people will take it the same way na literal mong sinabi even if you say it in a joking way. And I think
That's correct.
that's one of the reason why, people need to be safe on what they are saying. Even if it is direct or indirect messaging, ang pinapangalagaan natin dito yung safety and security nung binibigyan natin ng mensahe. Some people will take it the other way around and might use it doon sa taong pinatutungkulan natin. So, I think lesson learned, we need to police our own words and action. And ako, para sa akin, this is another thing that I really appreciate, Sir Pinoy Bro, in-depth discussion natin. If you have any further questions, magti-team replay kayo, puwede niyo po i-put yan sa comments and we will try to answer it, and I'll talk to Sir Pinoy Bro to give, some, comments. So again, before we end, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe sa ating YouTube channel, Facebook, Spotify, and TikTok. Hanapin niyo lang po yung Philcast and, makikita niyo po kami diyan. So maraming maraming salamat po, Sir Pinoy, Bro. Maraming salamat po sa pagpasyal
Salamat
sa
din.
ating munting tahanan and hoping for part 2.
Sure, no problem, no problem. Just tell me.
Thank you po.
Yeah, thank you.